Please don't leave me. Your love is getting stronger. If I had the chance to start all over, leave would be the last thing on my mind. If I can turn back the hands of time. Shout out to Tyrone Davis on this All Blues Saturday. And I hope you got your blues station on loud and clear with blaring loudly wherever you are. Shout out to my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, All Blues Saturday, WDIA. You can never have too much blues in your life. Now, Dallas Fort Worth doesn't have a blues station anymore. I'm like, damn, how do they survive here in Dallas without blues? I know a lot of people have to go through Pandora and iHeart and all of that stuff, but on the radio, like radio stations, they don't have that. And then they don't have black talk radio here either. Like, how in the world? All they got is hip hop and rap. So anyway, and speaking of hip hop, rap music, there's this ongoing debate about the origins of hip hop and the use of the N-word. And the person who seems to be in the middle of this all the time is Obese Joe or Fat Joe or whatever. And I'm just kind of over it, sick of him. I've been sick of Fat Joe for years. Him as a rapper, him as a person, him as a culture vulture, cultural appropriator. And I'm over him more than about the same amount I'm over that other culture vulture, culture appropriator. And I'm not just Jack Harlow. What a lame. But what's his name? DJ Khaled. Oh my God, what a waste. But they're making millions off of black music. That's nothing new. Cultural appropriation is about 200 years old. Even blues music, I was singing that. A lot of white guys get these old black dudes out of the plantation, out of the cotton fields, and out of those plantation homes, and they'd take their little instruments that they made, makeshift instruments, and they would take their little recording device and hear the old blind black man. Hey, baby, don't you know, don't leave me, honey, and baby. And take it, and he just, look at this authentic music I discovered. So cultural appropriation of blackness is nothing new. Culture Vulture, that's also the name of a book, Culture Vultures. Go and check out the book. Go on Amazon, look up Culture Vultures. You'll have a picture of Elvis and Justin Timberlake, and I think on the cover. And so Fat Joe is one of the many Latinos who've culture vultured as relates to black music, black, hip hop and all of that. Yeah, they've even, and you ever notice how these Puerto Ricans, these Cubans, whatever they are, they're black when they want to use our gifts. And always keep in mind, black folks, let me start over. Dr. John Henry Clark taught us decades ago, black people, you have no friends. And even these Dominicans, these Puerto Ricans, these Cubanos, nobody wants to be black. In other words, they're all steal and siphon off of our rhythm, but they don't want our blues. And I keep trying to tell Negroes this. Stop trying to tell Dominicans, stop trying to tell Puerto Ricans, stop trying to tell all these Hispanics and Latinos that they're black. When they tell you every day, a Dominican will tell you in a minute, I'm not the black, I'm Dominican. Meaning, I'm a dumbass. My genetics come from a body of land. And then they're not black, they're mixed. All these people, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and all of that, they was called mestizos, mixed. Mixed is not black. You have an ingredient. And every time they get a chance to, they flip over and go into white. Let's move here to Texas, I'll tell you. These Mexicans, y'all say, well, they black too? No. They go on the Republican and they go on the white. Look at their driver's license, white. But you can't teach y'all nothing. There's something wrong with black Americans. Everybody else takes a stand on who they are except for us. So let me get back to Fat Ass Joe. See, Fat Joe has really ridden the wave of black music, just like most Latinos. and Hispanics and whites and ever. But what I don't like is the fist straddling of Puerto Ricans and Latinos. Now, when it's cool, wait a minute, hold on a second. What's going on? Hold on, y'all. Look, I just found somebody done dropped their goodies. I don't know what it is, but I'm not. They can have this crap. But tell you, people trying to escape, and y'all keep on, trying to collaborate with these people. Don't nobody like blacks. They'll take our rhythm, but they'll leave us with the blues. And so Fat Joe, like many other Latinos and Hispanics, y'all don't even pay attention that when it's time for them to be Latinos and all that, they yell that stuff, Merry Mexican morning. They always, all of them yell, Puerto Rico, and Viva la Raza. They don't say Viva la all of us. Because y'all, we're so busy trying to beg everybody's acceptance. I know to some of y'all, you sound like you separating the people. When someone says Viva la Raza, that means they've separated from you, Negro. Oh, Puerto Rico! They've separated from you, African. Even though if it wasn't from Africa, won't none of these mixed people have any rhythm. They won't have any songs. They won't have any fucking thing. But see, when we don't teach our children the history of who we are, and we can stand up, 10 toes down, stand upright and tell them, no, you are a thief. You're a culture vulture too. I don't care how tan your skin is. It's not black like mine. And they live off of that. DJ Khaled is an Arab, a fat, funk-ass Arab. DJ Khaled uses Negroes to push his music. You think he got any Arab brothers that can rap and sing out of the Middle East? No. They get all these little broke ghetto-ass niggas like, sorry. These ghetto, y'all scratch that part. Get these broke black dudes out the hood, like the Lil Baby and all these folks, push their music and they can make all the money and say the most heinous racial things you ever heard of that can be said about blacks. But then y'all still collab with these people. You still let them be black when it's convenient. So therefore, when y'all let them be black when it's convenient, they start using the N-word. Because we're too stupid not to use it against each other or use the word at all. And that slipped out. So I'm going to have to do something about that. But I guess it became passionate. But however, they will be on my conscience all day long. But Fat Joe says it's okay. Because that's a word that's become a term of endearment. Now, this is Fat Joe. Now, mind you, Fat Joe's the same Fat Joe that watched his fat friend, Big Pun, beat his wife. Now, I'm saying this is not alleged. Or alleged. I'll say alleged. But there's video on YouTube that shows his partner, his friend forever, hitting his wife in the head with a gun. Yeah, I said it. I'm tired of Fat Joe trying to be like he's so brilliant. Fat Joe has the IQ of donuts. And also has a cabinet full of donuts. So I don't know why on the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne and all of y'all didn't put this fat fucker in check about the origin of hip hop. But they don't have the real people on there to debate these fools when they get to talking about who started what. Nobody started anything if it's not black, pretty much when it comes to music, because all of its origins is in black rhythm, black genes. Now, who exploited it? Well, that's another one. Now, who started it and who exploited it are two different things. So you automatically get the title of originator because you exploited it better, because you had the resource to exploit it. Same thing with barbecue. White man on internet right now tell you that black slaves and black folks started barbecuing, but he said the white folks having the resources and the wherewithal in the system to take it further, you would think that white folks started barbecuing. Anything done by hand and created in America, black men and black women created. But since they were doing it for their survival, they didn't think of it as being monetized. They just say, hey, this is what I do every day to survive and to live. But the non-black, be it Jewish, white, Latin, Spanish, or whatever, they took it and said, oh, this can be monetized and exported all over the world. So that makes you think that they're the ones who creating stuff when they ain't created anything. So Fat Joe and anybody who's not having the real conversation with Fat Ass Joe, You tell him, because I think I heard Tariq Nasheed say this, and this was really smart. He said, because when you go listen to that interview with Fat Joe on the Breakfast Club, where they did a piss poor job of putting him in check. Well, it was blacks and Puerto Ricans there. No blacks and Puerto Ricans, no. It's just like, just because you was there, it don't mean that you started it. You just happened to be in the room when the brothers were doing their thing. You want to take credit for being there? How about this, Fat Joe? How about, it's just like saying a child predator lives in your building right next door to you. So you going to take credit for being a child predator too because he lived next door to you, fucker? Or you actually participated in in child pedophilia, fool? See how you got to talk to people like Fat Ass Joe. You don't know what he's talking about. But these black formatted programs don't have people on there to tell these lying culture vultures the truth. And so I just want to do my piece and say, hey, why are we still debating the origin of hip hop? And to all these folks like Busta Rhymes, they want to say it's Caribbean guys. Fool, black men started. We don't give a damn if you was from the islands. Because see, when you say the islands, that means some weirdos from Puerto Rico who these white Puerto Ricans, like Fat Joe and this other DJ Tony, whatever his name is, they get to say, yeah, we're the island. They're island guys too. No, they were black guys. And Busta Rhymes, get your head out your ass before you lose your hip hop royalty status. Stop talking like that, dude. If one for black dudes, your ass wouldn't be here. One for black fans, you wouldn't be here. Yeah. So I'm going to keep you up there still as hip hop royalty, one of the best. But I need you to stop talking stupid, Busta Rhymes, okay? These are the new schools, the black group. And that's how you got your start. Maybe one of the dudes Puerto Rican. I don't know. There's a black group. So Busta, stop saying, well, we're from the Caribbean, not American. See, you're trying to take stuff away from American blacks, the foundational blacks. Foundational blacks created all this. And then we want to go to the history of the world and origin of the world, where Africans gave all you mixed people, you Puerto Ricans, you other Latinos, viva la raza! They gave you motherfuckers all this rhythm. Where do you think you got your music from? The drum. The rhythm to move your hips from Africans. So you got your language from your enslavers called Spaniards. But you got your rhythm from Africans. But you want to present to the world that you white and Latino. Fine. But I need more black folks to get these people in check. No, motherfucker. Y'all didn't start nothing. Now let's go to the N-word. Fat Joe again and others. And I said, and that's why I'm going to blame us for that. See, we refuse to read the history of how the N-word started. And then some of y'all go so far back and say, because you really want to say the N-word so badly, niggas. No, we're not doing that either. That's stupid. We're not doing that. Because foundational black American descendants of slaves, that's not our experience. Our experience has not been niggas. To all you want to be Africans when it's convenient for you American blacks. Niggas. So, yeah, nigga, get out of here. No, that white man have already put the stain on you. And then when they say, then you dumbos that get to say, well, it's not the hard ER. It's the NIGGA, never ignorant getting goals accomplished. Who does that? Jewish people. No other group takes a racial slur and try to make it a positive acronym. And except for people who don't know their history, people who refuse to read or watch a documentary on the history of who they are, and most importantly, American history. I've never witnessed such a dumb generation of blacks in my life. Something wrong with these Negroes. Yeah, I had to let these people go by. I'm talking and walking. You hear me? Now, I don't want y'all to witness a car knocking me in the air. So anyway, it's astounding. It is astounding the level of ignorance that's in our community. We got a lot of smart blacks, but they're not the ones that black media gives the microphones to. Y'all give black media, I don't care what platform it is, be it Breakfast Club, be it Madame Noir, be it Essence Magazine, be it BET, TV One Bounce. Y'all don't give the platform to people like me who tell the truth. I guess because y'all don't want to offend your white handlers. Shout out to Kanye West for calling out Puff Daddy's white Jewish handlers. But anywho, so y'all don't have people like us on there. You don't have Dr. Claude Anderson on there. You don't have Sister Shahrazad Ali on these black platforms. You know, they have to go to white platforms to try to talk to as many blacks as they can. That's a shame. It's always been like that, though. Whenever you tell the truth about that devil, black folks get scared. And so blacks are like an ostrich. We bury our heads so deep in the sand that we don't want to hear any kind of truth because we've tied to our making our living into this world in such a fashion that we don't want to say anything. We don't even want to pass notes about the truth. I don't want nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, and it's just terrible. Then you look at folks like me and others. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying me, 'cause I know I say stuff that a lot of y'all don't want to hear. I know that, so I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered at all, but I do see a dog up here, so let me cross the street early, and it's not on a leash. I can't stand pet owners. That's a whole nother. Yeah, y'all gonna witness me cross the street early, because walking past the park and somebody's dog is walking on the damn sidewalk. So, but anywho, yeah, who is this cat? So, but anyway, make sure I'm talking to y'all and talking to him, of course. Okay, let me get back across the street. He's crossing the street now. These pet owners get on my damn nerves. So, and so we don't want to read the history, no, and go back to the Naggaer, and like that makes a difference. Can you spell rape any other way than not still mean violation against one's will? Or cheating or robbing? I don't understand American blacks. And then so we so busy trying to be cool and trying to play whatever strategy to go along to get along that we allow our degradation and our demeaning of our community daily. And so we've been trained in this self-hatred. And we say self-hatred. What does that mean? I can't stand the sight of me. That's what that means. I can't stand the sight of how I was created. I can't stand the sight of anybody that looks like me. I'm not giving me or anybody that looks like me the benefit of the doubt. That's what self-hatred. I can't stand my hair, my nose, my lips, my skin tone. I can't stand anybody else who looks like me. I can't. That's self-hatred. For those of you, when you hear that term, you know, well, what do they mean by self-hatred? I hate myself so much that I let others disrespect me because I don't give a F. I don't care. That's what that means. And no other group goes through this at the level that African Americans go through. And do I need to give examples of self-hatred? See it every day. But we're talking about the use of the N-word. So much so that Fat Ass Joe feels empowered to even have a conversation about it. But you know what Fat Joe's never said and what truth he's never spoke? Well, let me tell y'all, because a lot of y'all don't know this truth. Every racial group was given a racial slur by the white man and the white community, the white race. Anything that they thought wasn't white, they gave them a racial slur. Let's start with Irish. They called them mix. You say that to an Irish? Italian was called wop, without papers. Anything they thought that wasn't completely white, they called it some kind of racial slur. Mexicans are called wetbacks. And a couple of new ones, river swimmers, fence jumpers, wall crawlers. Latinos are called spics. And it goes on and on. Jews are called kikes. But you never ever hear all these people, and Asians are called slant-eye, gook, Charlie, what else? Slant-eye, gook, Charlie. They're given all kinds of names. The little Arabs and the Arabs out of the Middle East are called sand niggas, and the Middle Easterns are called, or they're called towel heads. Shout out to Howard Stern. So, but somehow the only one that seemed to stick on everybody's lips is nigger and nigga when it comes to blacks. Because you know why it sticks? We don't do ourselves any favors. We yell each other nigger the same way the white man called us nigger. When we're about to kill someone or when we hate them, I mean, we're about to do something heinous to them or we're killing them. Let me take y'all back to history. And see, they talk about, yeah, I call it, hold on a minute. Let me make sure y'all get all my thoughts. The NAGGR versus the NAGGA. NAGGA is based on an accent. If you were black and they called you nigger in Rhode Island, you were nigger because they speak with a more proper accent up north above the Mason-Dixon. If you were black and back in the day, and even now, in the South, they all have this Southern drawl, nigger. Like instead of floor, they say flow. Instead of what else? Anything with an R, it turns into an AH. You get it? It's the Southern dialect. So you dumbasses out there, it's not the NIGGER, it's the NIGGA. It's the ER, the hard ER. Well, people above the Mason-Dixon speak a little proper, so they say nigger, nigger. And then below in the South, nigga. And everything turns into a long, elongated pronunciation. Dum-dum. That's why we're in the South. Instead of saying forever, we say forever. And instead of saying others, we say other. Instead of saying Southern, we say Southerner. Get it? Southerners, we say Southerner. So y'all please, y'all stop making me the smartest guy in the room. So it's not, the hatred isn't based on how it's pronounced, fool. So sick of, y'all give me a minute. Something wrong with the American black. There's nothing wrong with anybody else. It's something wrong with you, black American. Something wrong with you. Hell, even in Africa, the white man created something called a kata. And then you got them stupid Africans that come over here and call American blacks a kata. There's something wrong with the Negro. Oh, y'all, man, these white folks live rent-free in y'all motherfucking heads. Their behavior, their hatred towards you, instead of giving them their hatred back, you put it on people that look like you coward. Instead of giving the hatred back to you that they put on you, you let, in different accents, you let the Lord Jesus Christ reign through your hearts. That's an African. You let the Lord Jesus Christ, you let the Lord Jesus Christ lead you. That's a lot of Africans, the rest of them damn Nigerians. Not all, but too many. And so, it's insane. So Fat Joe, because of our behavior and our ignorance and our refusal to read and accept our history as Africans, number two, as blacks in America, American history, we let everybody just dog us. Even through that behavior, contractually, systematically, we're contributing to our own demise, continue to. We don't speak up about things that we need to speak up about. And we sit here and we got Negroes that defend the N-word. So Fat Joe and other Latinos and Asian, everybody who used the N-word, do you ever heard of an Asian rapper say kike? Kike, spick, slant high, gook, Charlie? No, because they understand their history and you will not call them that. You ever heard of Mexican, in their music, rap, they supposed to be such rappers, say wetback, spick, fence crawler, river swimmer, wall crawler? Never. But they say, hey, nigga. Hell, even Mexicans be in Walmart hollering nigga. I can't fight them all, but that one gonna get his ass whooped. And so, I'm not. So, okay, we're back. And so, you know what I'm saying? You ever hear Fat Joe use in his song? He said, my niggas don't dance, we just pull up our pants and do the rock away, lean back. How come Fat Joe didn't say, my spicks don't dance, we just pull up our pants and do the rock away? Because he knows. And y'all sitting there having a debate with Fat Joe about the N-word? Come on, or anybody. It shouldn't be a debate. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. There's a gospel group called the Iconic. There's an iconic and legendary gospel group of brothers called the Williams Brothers. And what we don't have to learn to do is our race before we continue to say something about anything else. Is we're going to have to sweep around our own front door. You hear me? So my book is always for sale. $10. Cash at me, $ Rico the Opinionist, OPINIONIST. Send me $10, Cash App. And with that with that Cash App, please send me an email address because my book is in PDF format, so I can just email it to you right away. It's called The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt, Conversation with the Absent Biological Father Who Never Wanted to Be Found. So check me out. Or just hit your boy up on the PayPal and Cash App, $ Rico the Opinion. It's just, if you cool with me, fool with me. Shout out to Raider J in Memphis. I'll talk to y'all later. I'll hit y'all up with another opinion on this page, on my Twitter, YouTube channel. What's up? I'm up to 173 subscribers. When I get up to 200, I'm going to start doing live podcasts from my YouTube channel so we can get these conversations out loud. You hear me? So talk to y'all later. Enjoy your All Blues Saturday wherever you are. Hold on one second. Mary Max, what you say? When Black American folks start addressing the pain, and stop trying to make love to it,